In this video, I will talk about installing one of the free themes, such as 2017 for writers. This is my site here. So if I go under Appearance Themes, you will see that I have 2017 installed. If you do not have that, you will need it. All you need to do is add new, search for it, and then you will be able to find it. It's a free theme that WordPress offers. Next, you will need to add the file that I offer for download here. So click download that file, won't take long, it's quite small. And then you upload the theme, so you look for it. I've already downloaded it and there it is. Install now. And then I can activate it. The only difference you see now is that I've got a cookie bar. Once I acknowledge it, a cookie is placed on my computer or whoever's visiting your site, their computer, and that way this bar will not appear again until they clear their cookies. I can go under Appearance, Widgets, and this is where I put the stuff. You can drag and drop, you can put some custom HTML, you can add images. This is the text. Now I'm going to put some gibberish. I'm going to try to access a page that doesn't exist. This is what happens. So you control the text that appears here simply by putting widgets in that little area in here. The 2017 for Writers theme does support landing pages, but you need to know what you're doing with WordPress and or with HTML and CSS. So by landing page, what I mean is this here, where you've got a page, there's no header, there's no logo, there's no footer. So you could do something like this, where you use the regular interface, include an image, include another image, float text next to it, or you could use the block builder that's now available as of WordPress 5.0 using the Gutenberg interface. That's drag and drop, but I'm warning you, it is glitchy and you need to know what you're doing. For example, setting up a form like this will take you much longer than you think. So be ready to duct tape together your landing page. So I'll give you two examples. First, I'll start off by showing you how to do this, and then I'll show you how to set up a landing page that's more like this, where you've got an image and then you can float content next to it. So log into your site, go to Pages, and then Add New. This is the Gutenberg interface. And honestly, if you try to set up the page like this using this interface, you'll have a hard time. So first you will need to go to your plugins and install the plugin called Classic Editor. If you don't have it, you can just do Add New, type in Classic Editor, search results will appear. For me, it's already installed. So you would first do install, then wait a little bit, and then activate. So I'm going to create a new page. Add New. In here, using the visual interface, I can add media. I'm going to pick my large header image. When I click on this, I'm going to click the pencil. I want to make sure that the size is full size. I don't want it to link. You could link it to something, custom URL, whatever you wanted to. But for me, I don't want to link it to anything. So I'm just going to do update. Below that, I'm going to put some text. More text. Let's say I wanted to put an image so that it floats like this. All you need to do is put your cursor where you want that image. Add media. I'm going to put my book cover. Now you can do this here or later, but you want to do alignment left. And you pick the size. So that's going to be fine for me. And it shows it here. If you click on the pencil, you have the same options. You could do center or right. So if I do right, now the image floats on the right. If you do this, you're on its own and it kind of looks crappy. So you could also center it depending on what type of image you have. But normally I would do something like this. There's one last thing that you absolutely need to do. You need to change the template from default template to landing page. This is what tells WordPress that don't use the regular header and footer, use the blank ones. You do update, you click, and there you go. This is how you create this version. First, I want to recommend you do something. If you go under installed plugins, you may or may not have a plugin called Classic Editor. If you do have it installed for this purpose, I would recommend you deactivate it, perhaps just temporarily. This is just so that you have the drag and drop block building interface that those unfamiliar with HTML and CSS will appreciate. But otherwise, I think the interface is still a little glitchy, but for this particular purpose, it will work. So I don't have it. I don't need to deactivate anything. I'm going to Pages. I'm going to add New. This may be collapsed. Expand it, and template needs to say landing page. That's step 1. Here you can include a title, and as of version 1.1 that was updated on January 26, 2019, this title will not appear on the front end. So just use it for your own purposes, but be aware that it may appear on the tab. So if I lower my things here, you can see a little bit of everything. This may appear there. Depending on how many tabs are open, more of the title could be visible. Now it says start typing or type to choose a block. Hit plus, and now media and text. Now here you can upload from your computer or select something you've already uploaded. I've got a book cover I'll use here. And then content, I'm going to start typing. And that's my title. And you can decide to center that. You can change the font. You can say huge, but keep in mind, you need it to break nicely into lines. So maybe large is good enough. And you can also tweak, make it a little smaller. You can pick colors, but that's the background. So you may want to stick to white. You can pick the text color. Maybe I want to do green. That's not very legible, but you can play with it and you can pick your own. So maybe I want to do this color here. I'm just showing you how to use it. Now here, I can start typing, and this is going to give me smaller text. Whatever you want to say, you put your text. Okay, let's say you wanted to add a button. There's 2 ways you can do this. You could click the plus while you're here. That's easier. Or you could do plus. So there's a button. Now, if you hover over it, there's that little symbol here that allows you to drag things. Drag it until it gets here. That way it puts the button below the text. And I'm going to say the background of my button is going to be blue. The text is going to be black. I'm going to send people to, now this is where you could put your affiliate link for Amazon if you're an associate of theirs. Put your full link. The interface does not allow me to modify the text. I think that's a glitch. So the way you would modify the text, go through Edit as HTML. And now this is the part where you have to pay attention. This is the link code. It styles it and then sends it to Amazon. But then there's a triangular bracket. This part here closes the link. So right in between the two, and that separation may appear in a different spot, but it's right before this. Right here, you're going to put what text you want on that button. Now to double check that I did that right, more options, edit visually. But now I find that this is a little hard to read. Maybe I want to put my text this color, and maybe my button should be yellow. And now the text can be black. And now I want to center it. Now maybe I want to say offer valid until whatever date. So I just want to do, this time it's just a paragraph. For some reason my cursor was here. I can add it here and I'll drag and drop it. So this is my text. I can center that. And now with this little icon, I'm just going to bring it here. Get more text to fit in here. This is just an example. So now I'm going to publish this. Now I'm going to view it. You don't like this fine print, you want it to be smaller, that's fine. Edit your page. So I'm selecting the text. Within here, once again, you can adjust your size. You could also adjust the colors. Maybe you wanted that to be gray. Background, probably not. The color of the text. So it's not perfect. If you know CSS, you can go in here, add additional classes, then go through here, through the customize and create that CSS. For most people who don't know CSS. If I look at this now, you see what that could look like. So this is the way I would recommend you set up your landing pages with the free theme called 2017 for Writers.